For over 130 years, Unisa has been at the forefront of distance education. Its students include luminaries such as Nelson Mandela, Mamphele Ramphele and Cyril Ramaphosa. On 16 February 2011, the Unisa community inaugurated its newest Principal and Vice-Chancellor, Professor Mandla Makhanya. From humble beginnings as a junior lecturer in Unisa's Department of Sociology, Professor Mandla Makhanya has risen through the university ranks to assume key leadership roles and play an important role in its recent history. The colorful and historical ceremony was attended by former President Thabo Mbeki and his wife Zanele, Vice-Chancellors from the major universities in South Africa and prominent guests from academia. With Unisa Honorary Doctorate recipient Hugh Masigela in attendance, the crowd was treated to a musical display that suitably reflected the celebration of African achievements.
Never see her again. Many exiles never returned. Nobody knew where her baby had gone, but it wasn't long before freedom. And when Mandela walked out of jail.
In his speech, Professor Makhanya called for Unisa to further become the African university in the service of humanity.
Chairperson, thank you very much. It is a great honor and privilege to have been appointed as the 8th Principal and Vice-Chancellor of the University of South Africa and the 2nd of the merged Unisa. Higher education is essential in deepening knowledge and expanding people's horizons and efforts to be fully human. It enables and nurtures learning and creativity and the ability to live and relate well with others in harmony with creation. It is central to socio-economic development, and it is invaluable for the formation of human and moral agency of peoples and societies. Higher education is without doubt fundamental and integral to the development of all societies and peoples.
But I want to say to Professor Makhanya, you have come a long way. You've been in this institution for a very long time. You've opened some of the gates which were closed, but not only working alone, working with your other counterparts. We want to congratulate you. We want to say there's no leader without followers, and there are no followers without leader. I think it's important that we put Unisa to where it is supposed to be.
He understands the inside of the university, and I think that's what's so important, that it wasn't an outsider that was brought in, but somebody who knows how this machine works and knows how the machine can develop.
Africanization was a key theme of the evening, and Professor Makhanya emphasized the role Unisa should play in this regard.
Over and above Unisa's more immediate strategic goals, Unisa is simultaneously committed to progressive processes of Africanization, the aim being to become a contextually and globally relevant and innovative university in the 21st century. Africanization is about engendering education that is completely relevant within the context in which Unisa exists and in which it provides education. This implies that whilst Unisa will remain committed to the diversity of knowledge systems evolving and deriving from the global context and global communities of knowledge, Africanization will foreground its ethos, work, and praxis. Africanization, thus, constitutes one of the key ontological expressions of Unisa's culture.
Our mission and vision states that Unisa, an African university in the service of humanity. South Africa is, falls under the African Renaissance, so we should strive to put Unisa to that level.
He focused a lot on the notion of Africanization, which is obviously an educational concept, but it's also politically very relevant for education in general in South Africa, and how to make it really relevant. Most people believe that education is the center of South Africa's future. And the question is, how can universities like Unisa make a contribution to that? So I think tonight's contribution by him is an important aspect of or visualization of how Unisa can play its role.
In identifying the pragmatic, philosophical and academic challenges Unisa faces, Professor Makhanya has set the university on course to become an innovative and relevant university in the 21st century.
The role of the university ought not to be limited to knowledge production and innovation only, but must be expanded through the development of small, medium, and large enterprises and of firms aimed at the private generation of funds for research and development of universities. Whilst many universities in the global north are adept in these areas, many African and South African universities have not begun to make inroads in the commercialization aspects of education. This is something that needs to be addressed in an innovative and creative manner. The development of human capital also represents one of the most urgent challenges of our time. It facilitates development and socio-economic growth, and it allows people to live and work with dignity, to be creative and innovative, and to exercise their agency in transforming the world and their lives for the better.
Well, I think his vision is very clear. It resonates very strongly with what the nation needs, what the continent needs, and it's also a fresh vision following a long period of transition and change at the university. So I'm very excited and very encouraged, and I work very closely with him, so I look forward to giving expression to that vision with him.
The focus is more on the development of the country, that Unisa is not an ivory tower. I think that's the sense that I got from his speech, that it has to be in the service of the country, of humanity at large, focusing on the development of the country and the development needs that is also expatiated by the government. I think that is taking Unisa even higher.
Dignitaries and representatives from the Unisa community celebrated Professor Makhanya's appointment.
Professor Makhanya, it gives me great honor and a privilege on behalf of the executive teams and the academic sector to congratulate you on your inauguration.
As Unisa Women's Forum, we say congratulations.
As Pedestria, those of you who don't know, this is the Council for the Development of Social Research in Africa. I thank you and congratulations, everyone.
On behalf of the Institutional Forum, kindly accept our heartfelt congratulations, Professor Makhanya, for your inauguration and investiture as the 8th Principal and Vice-Chancellor of Unisa. Aluta continua. Thank you.
And I'm sure all well-meaning people will support you. Good luck and congratulations.
It is important that Unisa is led by someone who understands the institution, its staff, its students, its internal and external stakeholders. I firmly believe that Professor Mandla Makhanya is such a person and such a leader, and I'm honored to introduce him to you this evening and to preside over this inauguration.
With Professor Makhanya at the helm, Unisa will be invigorated, ready for the challenges of the 21st century and poised to become a great university in the service of humanity.